What's up, guys and gals? Welcome back to the Nerdcast for the next episode of Rebel Galaxy. My name is Splattercat, and I am buying water at this station because we're going back to our point of origin anyways, so we might as well make some cash while we're at it. I'm going to buy the Mastodon right now because I can afford to do so. That leaves us with 15,000 credits. This thing looks like a squinting duck. Look at it. I don't know. It looks like a platypus that's discerning. He's like, I'm not so sure about that proclamation. You have bragged about your deeds many times, and I have yet to see you put it forth. Doesn't it look like a duck's head? He's like squinting and just being like, I don't believe you. Quack. I think we're probably good over here. I will more than likely make my way back the way that we came. I'm not going to buy any gear or anything for it right now, aside from filling out the hard points, which I would definitely recommend. So we have a gamma turret over here. Probably just throw another scatter turret on it. Something nice and cheap. We'll increase our DPS by another 21% with that weapon. Everything else is looking good, though. I'm pretty happy with the way this is all going. Our ship is starting to form out really, really well, and I'm thinking that it's going to be a pretty fun little participant in our exploration. Hold on, we got to rename our ship. This ain't right. So we got to call this the NCS Bling Lord. There it is. The NCS Bling Lord. Getting that gold, putting it on our shoulders, making everybody else jealous, making the haters hate, making the ainers ain't. So we have detected hostiles way out there. I think it's probably a good idea to do some of our mission objectives for right now. I like this ship so much more. It's got like badass jets on the back. Those are bad. It's little like ship sphincters are way more awesome. That's what it is. Don't judge me. It's the ship sphincters. Like octopi, when they're in the ocean, they suck water in and then they fart them out their butts, and that's how they go hella fast in the water. Our ship's the exact same way. It drinks in fuel, the equivalent of space Taco Bell, and then it just goes on the backside, and that's how we propel ourselves. It's not crude. It's the way the universe works. And if you can't get over that, I don't think we can ever truly be friends. I'm gonna go to this militaristic place over here because I think we're selling water right now. Some agua. Agua puta. So, actually, I don't know if they want water. I don't see it here. We were there one day ago. Where's the water at? I don't see it, although I saw something that starts with a P. Sorry, you probably already saw it. I scan slowly because I'm talking like an idiot and I can't shut up. Huh, well that's unfortunate. Maybe I'll go... Nah, screw it. We'll go back to the militaristic post. I'm sure it'll be fine. Engage warp. I like this ship. It's got kind of like a it's got like a pancake back end that really makes me happy. It's got those little lights right there too. I'm assuming our let's go help out with the distress beacon. Why not? There's a trader out here. What does he want? So you got Haley. Oh, he's got incomings. Okay. Once we make a little bit of money, I'll probably update some of our systems. This gives him something to shoot at. I'm gonna try and I'm not sure if Garrus responds to me like shooting at stuff.
Sure could use your help.
Or if he responds to me just like being a badass and wasting some fools. As you can see, you know, that increase in DPS was more than worth it, and we haven't even upgraded anything yet. We're still using like baseline weaponry. You know, we're not even using like the good shit yet. Once we start getting into some pulse turrets and whatnot, the shit is gonna be real for our enemies. They are gonna start having some really, really tough Sunday afternoons.
Got my thanks. It ain't much, but I hope this will cover some of my debt.
Hey, that's all good, man. 26, or I'm sorry, dyslexia got me. I thought it said 2,600. 2,000 will get it done. I don't know if I have light dyslexia or what. They figured it out when I was in junior high, and they never really said, because I never really went to a doctor because my family was poor. My teacher caught it, though. They were gonna hold me back in 7th grade because I couldn't pass math. And the teacher was like, it's weird because when I ask him how to do the problem, he totally knows how to do it. And so he sat down with me one day and he was like, so do the problem in front of me and do it over and over and over again. He just had me do math problems in front of him, and he confirmed that I knew how to do the math problem from top to bottom. Like, my technique was perfectly fine. My equations were good. But it turned out that the numbers were moving around on me. And I was writing things down that didn't actually exist. And this is back in ye olden days, before they even knew that dyslexia was like a thing. And so they just assumed that you were, oh shit. Okay. Somebody done burned through my hole real quick, didn't they? Woohoo! You cats are whittling on me right now. Whittling on me like a piece of driftwood. But I got flack for you. I got flack for you, amigo. Get that riftjacker right there. Shields are back up. Oh, look, the militia jumped in to help after an entire flank of my ship was already blown off. I guess, thank you for your... Oh, they're about to blow the shit out of that dude. Yep. Missiles are kind of scary in this game if you don't have point defense. If you can't protect yourself, missiles can be fairly terrifying. Do these guys do anything? Like if I talk to you... I don't know. I could crash into them, but I don't think that's going to make them be my friend. Be a little bit metaphorical, though. You know, it's like one of those scenes from Crash that people think's all hella deep. Sometimes I think we just crash into each other to feel something. Oh, God. My movie is so poetic. Everybody's connected. Let's run back over here, and we'll go to Bunio Station. Alright, so in Booty Ho Station, we're going to go ahead and... Wow, we actually got fried up pretty good. Huh. That's funsies. Well, we'll bandana and duct tape and clothes hanger the whole thing back together, and I'm sure it'll be fine. Komota... pure water... I think I bought it at 6 or something. Seems like an acceptable gain to me. Good enough. I just don't want to be flying around with a hull or with a cargo bay that's all full. This cargo bay is a little bit larger. So the new ship, let's talk about what it has versus what it doesn't have. It's got 4 broadside ports, which means that it is hitting considerably harder on each side than our previous ship was. It's got itself 2 extra turrets, or 1 extra turret, which is also a big deal. Secondary ports, it looks like it has 1 of each on each side. Component banks, I have no idea what that is, so we'll have to figure that out in a little bit. I assume that that's extra space for mods like cargo bay increases or whatever. The whole class is still light and it's still very fast. So we've gone from a Corvette into a light frigate. I'm sure that we've lost a little bit of speed, but we can probably make it up on the Bling Lord by slapping some new sexy parts on it, and that's exactly what... Okay, I'm not going to slap them on. I'm going to caress them on because I like the ship to like me. Let's go with the new broadside cannon, shall we? We can go with tachyons or we can go with pulses. So this pulse cannon right here hits really, really, really hard. The projectiles move really fast, but it's got kind of like a poopy middle grade range. Tachyon guns. The range is kind of shitty, but up close these things are scary as hell. Which, it's a broadside. It's supposed to be scary as hell up close. Proton cannons. These are the long-range option. They shoot super far. They hurt like hell. The speed of the projectile is pretty good, but they take a while longer to recharge and also to aim and use, so... Things to think about. We could jump into some really badass guns right now if we wanted to, but honestly, I'd go for one of the flat rate ones that's just a little bit better. I'd say that maybe... I don't know what I feel like doing. In the stream, I went with the proton cannon, so maybe I'll go with the tachyons. Our range will be a little bit shittier, but... they charge a lot faster. They basically fire like little machine guns on the side, so we'll try out the tachyons. I don't tend to use those very often unless I'm at close kissing range anyways. If we're making out with the enemy at that point, we might as well make it hurt, shall we? So we've upgraded our guns. They're still tier 1, but they'll be better. Flat cannons. We could get ourselves some better flat cannons for right now. I'm afraid I gotta turn off sticky keys before I can use those anymore, though. We can shoot dumbfire broadside missiles. Might be cool. Use magna mines, which I think are actually magnetic mines. Go with EMP flaks, which knock the enemy out of the sky and disable them for a little bit. But I'm pretty happy with the flat cannon so far. Fighters tend to be the one enemy in the game that I'm terrified of the most. The big capital ships don't worry me too much. It's the 30 or 40 like little fighter ships they run up on you with, and then you gotta spam shift to try and get rid of all of them and hope that sticky keys doesn't murder you. I think it's time for our turrets to upgrade too. And I think we can do that for a reasonably cheap price. The anti-aircraft guns are not that good. We could take one of them to try and get rid of nasty little enemies, but I think I'd rather keep everything on pulse turrets for right now. I found the pulse turrets to be pretty reliable. I like them, so... The swarm turrets are cool, but you gotta reload them all the time. That's one of my big issues with the swarm turrets, so... You know, take from that what you will. I like things I don't have to reload all the time. And the actual, the ammunition stores that you have in this game are not generous, and so basically you get into like one fight and you're gonna be out of missiles. Gotta go back and restock. I tend to be the kind of person that wants to be out and about doing all kinds of crazy shit. Over the long term, and that was me fighting Dane the Hiccup as usual for new people to the channel. I have a hiccup that I get when I do these little monologue, dialogue things with you. Named Dane, and he's an asshole. And he shows up every time I'm trying to do an episode, and it makes me hiccup. So we got pulse guns right now. These are gonna hurt. Legitimately, I don't think there's a whole lot in this system that's gonna scare us after we upgrade all this stuff. As far as our secondaries go, I do like the flat cannons. The other things we could go with are dumbfire launchers, or we could go with, I think these are heat seekers. Once again, we gotta reload them though, so not a big fan. I think you can modify that by jumping up in here, maybe, in the subsystems menu. We got fault trackers if we wanted to mine through things. We got repair bots. There's all kinds of expensive stuff in here. There's definitely a middle to late game where you'll be saving up for a lot of this stuff in here. Deflection absorbers channel explosive energy from missiles or mine blasts to the onboard shield system. Really? It converts explosions into shield energy? That's pretty cool. Explains why that's so expensive. Actually, it looks like we don't have anything that increases the amount of ammo we can hold. Jump drives are nice if you can get one, but you gotta have a capital ship, so not gonna be amazingly useful for you for right now. Probably want to go up to the next ship in size before we get anything like that. I think a cargo hold mod would not be the worst plan that I've ever had. I mean, a medium extender would put us up over 20 units of cargo, which is quite a lot. We'd be able to carry a lot of things with us, a whole lot of shit in our trunk. I mean, we'd be a pack rat for sure. Instead, though, I think I'd like to upgrade my drives. You could go up to a Mark II plasma drive, which would be pretty sexy. You're moving pretty quick if you slap that bad boy in. But I don't want to spend too much on upgrades for right now because I'd like to maintain a little bit of capital for us to trade a bit further. Still, the sublight booster... It's a null gravity booster. So its recharge time's a lot higher. But it goes a lot faster. The hell is a slam jet? 4 seconds of greatly improved thrust and very short recharge times. Acceleration is 320 versus what do we have now? 60? Oh man, you'd be moving when you put those bad boys on right there. Let's go with the slam jet. That sounds awesome. Hell yeah, they call it a slam jet because it comes with personal insurance against whiplash the moment you buy it. It's like getting on a ride at Marine World. A new ride anyways. There's a place near where I live called Six Flags Marine World, and at least every 5-6 years they have a ride that just like wounds people. Like legitimately wounds people, and they gotta shut it down. Every single time. Got a pretty good warp drive right now, so I'll probably stick with that one, but we no longer have entry-level gear on any of our slots. I'm pretty happy with it. For right now, I'd probably go with some extra hull plating too. Make us a little bit tougher. Go with upgraded shields. They're a little expensive, but I'm willing to actually splurge a bit on those. Deflector that we have, we'd actually have to make a pretty big payment to get into the next deflector. And that being the case, I don't think it's worth it. I mean, deflectors are badass, and they're super useful if used properly, but I think our needs have been met so far. I think we're in good shape as far as our defenses go. Everything here's looking good, so let's do our dance, shall we? Let's go to the mission board and see if there's anything that we can annihilate here. We got System Militia. Korean outsiders ain't gonna like us none. Doublejack rogues. Probably just take the stuff that pays a little bit more. I mean... Oh, my mission log's full. Well, never mind then. On top of that, we'll probably go to the commodities market, and I'm going to try and leave port with anything that's got a good margin on it. Meh, not feeling it. We'll get out of here. I'm not going to carry anything for right now. Seems like a waste of time. Not going to be the worst, or it's not going to be worth the effort it takes me just to fly across the system. 20, what's the closest mission here? No, that's not what I wanted. Closest mission is Korean Prototype. Which is going to be, I think, this little devil over here behind that sun. Might be in front. Hard to tell. Let's take this space Cadillac out. Ooh, that baby cooks right there. Yeah, that's what I like to see. That shit moves. Okay, we got the nitrous on board now. Gonna unleash some real skeek skark when they try and run up on us. I'm gonna try and get away from those pirates right there because I don't feel like dealing with them right now. Although it would be a pretty suitable test run. Oh no! Oh, I clenched so much right there. That terrified me. I was like, well, we're about to be a splotch on the side of a big space rock. That was pretty horrifying. My heart jumped. I was like legitimately like, well, we're dead. Man, there are a lot of pirates out here. Kind of a nasty day to be out here flying around trying to have a good time, ain't it? It's gonna kick us out of warp again. Got valuables over here. I'm never one to turn down values. Damn. Our scramjet or our slamjet or whatever you want to call it is faster than our sublight drive. Yeah, yig yak meat and some designer clothes. We got to make some money off that. That's good stuff right there. Okay. Let's get back into the warp. Ollie's laying on my feet right now. If you don't know, Ollie's my kitten. He's kind of an asshole, but well, he's a total asshole. But he kept me up all night last night, no joke. Usually what happens is he sleeps until about 4 in the morning, and then he gets like this big burst of energy. I go to bed at like 2 o'clock, which means that he gets up just when I'm starting to hit my REM sleep, and he wakes me up by making a shit ton of noise. And then we gotta unleash the DACA on him. So he's not well socialized. He's kind of not fun to be around. He bites a lot. Generally unpleasant. Really, really cute, so you want to touch him all the time, but I think he's more feral than anything else. Make you wonder. Oh, damn, this dude fires some lasers. Like hell you did. Where are those missiles going? Yeah, I like the sound of those guns. I like the sound of those guns, though. I'm going to put out some flak real quick. I don't know if you gents want to hit him a little bit harder. Damn, these guns are huge. These things are unleashing a beating on this dude. Damn. Those things were gnarly. Oh, we still got more friends over here. Oh, we got pulse batteries? Well, that's not good. Where are we? Doesn't look like there's anything out here, so why are there missile batteries out here? Ugh, Christ. Alright, let's go in on them. I like these because they don't overheat as easy and they still make things hurt. That pleases me in a lot of ways. So is this big thing right here, like, are we going to make friends if I do this? I mean, they attack me all the time, so I don't have I don't even know what I'm doing right now. But I assume I'm being a space badass. That's all that I know. Oh, there's a mine. Scramjet! Not today, sir. Not today. I will not be that guy stepping. Is it better just to blow up this entire thing? I think it might be. I'm not completely and totally sure that I'm firing at the things I'm supposed to be firing at. There we go. Damn! Big old explosions out here in the black. What else do we have going on? Well, that mine is back there. That thing likes me. Nope. Mind if I duck out? See, that's a joke based on the fact that there's a cargo canister over here. I think this might be like a dungeon or something. I'm not really sure. Like the fantasy equivalent of a dungeon. Like, it looks like there's a bunch of loot in here. So we got some munitions, intellectual property, and some yik yak right there. What else do we have going on? I mean, I'm fine with killing everybody out here if I have to. I have no qualms. The Korean outsiders don't mean anything to me, so whatever. They're always attacking me and trying to murder me, so I figure it's probably going to happen either way. Yik yak and munitions right there. Ordnance crate on that side. I don't think there's any more valuables, though. I don't know if those guys down there can be bothered. I think this is some kind of settlement or something for the pirates. I'm not... Oh, there goes the front side of my ship. It's a good thing that that's my least favorite side. They can't make it any more ugly, so it's not that big of it. Woo! Take me to the closest... Nope. Take me to the closest mission. Where are we at? We've got the dead drop. Okay, so that's just a quest turn in. That'll also give us a chance to sell off some of the stuff that we done picked up in that last fight. I don't mind killing off a couple of Koreans if I have to. I think the Koreans are the guy with the octopus faces or whatever. And it's just 1 rep anyways. Like, it takes like a bajillion rep for you to fall off with somebody. Stay away from that asteroid field because I don't feel like wasting my time on its scraggly looking nappy ass. I'm like, hey, asteroid field, why don't you get yourself polished? Why don't you contact an astronomical lapidary and make yourself look more nice? How about that? How do you feel? There it is. And so now, oh, we're just in Rust City? Okay, that's fine with me. Man, those slam jets go. I am so stoked about that acquisition. I might stick with the slam jets. Because typically when you burst, like, or when you boost, you don't really need, like, a duration. You need just, there's a Pirate Lord sighted here. What does a Pirate Lord do? Is he worth, like, a lot of money? What happens if I kill a Pirate Lord? Do I become the new Pirate Lord? Is it like Highlander? Is there lightning? Here we are, born to be king. Hey, we got good prices on all this stuff, too. Sounds good to me. Cash bonus. Always sounds good to Splattercat. Who doesn't love a cash bonus every now and again? I hope you get a cash bonus someday, noble viewer. I hope you get lots of cash bonuses in your life. Alright. So then. The commodities market is actually pretty good right now. I could make more money, but I don't know if I'm feeling it right now. Can't talk to Orzu anymore. We already hired a mercenary. I don't know if you can have multiples, but I hope you can. We've got a nasty duel over on that side. We've got... Oh, there's actually 2 of them. Should probably clean those out now. Then again, I could do the main storyline quest, but I'm trying to make us rich first so that we can just, like, steam through it. Like, if I can get us up to a couple 100,000 credits. This is... we'll go for storyline. I feel bad for you guys. You guys have been tagging along while I have all kinds of lame space adventures with no narrative. Aside from, like, I want to shoot people. Which seems to actually be a really good motivating factor for me. Sometimes my dude in his spaceship just wakes up in the morning ready to kill somebody. I told him he should probably get that checked by a psychiatric help, but he's yet to do it. Health insurance is very, very expensive in space. Those bastard psychiatrists out there charging like $900 an hour, charging like lawyers to talk about your problems with you. You can do that with my dog. He doesn't give a whole lot of answers back, but then again, neither do you. You just go, and then you write things down. Write things down. How do you feel about blah? Write things down. I can just make my dog talk, and that'll make me feel better. Like, grab the side of his face and be like, woof, 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 woof. And that's just like my dog translation for, like, how are you feeling? Right? Please don't run into that big piece of ice. Mopaku is where we're at right now. It's weird because we were already here, and I must have forgot to visit the bar or something. No, but apparently you know my Aunt Juno? Depends on what? Let me guess, you want me to bribe you? So who gets the tit and who gets the tat? That's my question here. So it's not a bribe, but it's dirty. What an improvement. It doesn't sound like I have much of a choice, so... Alright, and so we gotta go murder a guy for a guy. Anything on the news board? A pirate lord, Dragon Stern, was last sighted traveling between Mandraka and Mansour Fringe. Maybe we go after a pirate lord. What happens if we go after a pirate lord? I feel like I might get whooped on, but it's worth checking. Pirate lord! Oh, there he is right there. Ooh, and he's far enough away from help to where I think I could get at him. And we're coming in from the right direction to get a good jump in. Ooh. My ganker senses. No! Well, now we're back in town. My ganker senses are tingling. I never killed a pirate lord before. I never killed anybody, like, of means and stature. Maybe it feels different than a normal murder. How do you know until you try? Well, Garrus, I hate to tell you this, but this is gonna get gnarly. I have no idea who we're up against right now. I'm gonna use my normal kiting tactics to see if I can kill off his fighter retinue first, but it seems vaguely possible that we might get bucked on pretty hard. You sneak past that outpost right there by shooting a little bit wide to the left. Woohoo! We jumped in on a big old gun battle. Give me a pulse. Let's see where everything's going here. I need to get a feel for the field before I can decide what I want to do. They got a lot of Harriers. They got a lot of random ships over here that really look like they're going to be capable of making me feel pain. So, I'm going to find somebody to shoot at. I'm going to stick with it. Man. It's weird how these guys go from an actual threat to just being like extra victims that I shoot at. Put out some flak, make this guy hurt a little bit. God, I love these guns. I don't know what we're shooting at them, but it sounds like it probably hurts. Like that bugga boom sound is that big bada boom that we be throwing at the enemy. I have a sneaking suspicion. That bomber got aced like a little punk. Little punk. Yeah, where's your gangster ass boss at now? Where's he at, son? Oh, he's over here. He's trying to get at me. He's trying to get at me, Captain. Alright. Oh, he's hurting now. Give him the guns. Man, that was the celestial equivalent of that dude getting a boot in his ass.
Satellite boosters depleted.
Oh, man.
At maximum.
Off we go. Just another murder in a long string of murders. Space games are fun. Engage the warp. Pachoo! I like to make my own sound effects, like me 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 while I fly through the galaxy. It makes me feel happy. You gotta enjoy the games you play. If you don't enjoy the games you play, what's the point? Aren't games supposed to be fun? If you don't enjoy them, why play them at all? We've detected valuables. Well, go figure. Maybe I'll help myself. We found the camo junk field. It wasn't so camouflaged. I found it easy enough. Sublight. We found tachyon salts. Those are worth money. Okay. Somebody pointed out in the stream that how the hell would you make salts out of tachyon? Tachyons, I don't know. I pointed out that maybe it's just like a branding thing. Like ionic cola or something, you know? Like, who even knows? I'm going to assume that that's the claw that fell off a ship right there. Like, what part of the ship is that, Dad? That's the claw, son. Every ship has a claw. It's made for digging. And also for fighting with other native ships. I really want to fight a pirate lord before we get out of here. I'd rather not hang it up for the day if we can. I mean, killing a pirate lord sounds pretty dope. And I feel like we finally have the guns and, like, the numbers to make it happen. I don't want to jump in too close, though. Bad things might happen to me. Damn debris fields. I just barely missed that one. And yes, you can run into other ships while you're warping. I've almost gotten taken out by trade ships that are warping at like perpendicularities to myself. It is concerningly horrible. Now the problem is, we gotta track this asshole. Is this loot out here? Well, hell, I like loot. I'm gonna grab this loot, and then that's what we're gonna do for today. Give it another minute or so. I wonder if I can get these on the drive-by with the sublight on. Oh, I can. Yay, we're making money today. It should slow down when we get near the crate anyways, but, you know. It looks like there's a minefield over here that potentially wiped out a bunch of maybe trade vessels or something. Which means that we might be able to eke a little bit of cash out of this situation. I don't think it can catch me with my sublight engaged. Ow. Wasn't really my plan, but sure. Can run into the damn thing if we need to. Ow, balls. No! There's so many mines here. It's like the worst area ever. What's going on out here? Either way, my name is Splattercat. That was a mine hitting my shields. I will see you all later. This is Rebel Galaxy. You should definitely check it out if you're into anything space opera-y. Hi to everybody.